All right, now raise your hand if you took a L on the UNC Toe Jordan 1 on this initial shock drop. If you did, I got good news for you. This Friday, which is going to be the 14th, so the day that you see this video, it's gonna be tomorrow, but there will be a second chance early access for this sneaker. Now, on the initial shock drop, right, there was supposed to be, I believe, 200,000 of these that were supposed to be sold. However, only about 108 of them went out, right? So they might be just trying to get rid of that second amount of stock, because now it all makes sense. I remember the original rumored 600,000 pair and then 400,000 pair. Well, now it makes sense. They were supposed to do 200 on the shock drop, which would have left 400,000 for the actual release. With that other 92,000 that they have left, I believe that they're gonna go ahead assign those. Now, the question is, how do you get EA? They haven't put out any official rules yet. However, we can only go by what Nike has done in the past, right? We're gonna visit two of the last just EAs that I remember that had a certain criteria. So first, let's talk about the Lost and Found, right? When the Lost and Found, when that initial drop came, they did EA. And what they said was the shoes will be available early via exclusive access, which is a launch program that gives According to Nike, EA will go out to users who have entered and lost at least 20 different Air Jordan 1 high releases on the shopping platform, right? So that's just an example of one of the rules that they had. Let's talk about SB4. Let's talk about the rules they had for that EA, and that one was pretty much took a L on the sneakers drop that happened on the 21st, and then you had to have bought something SB. Dunks didn't count, so they were really trying to make sure that these landed in the hands of the actual SB fans, which honestly, with Nike just trying to get better at combating botting, that's not actually a bad deal. Yeah, that's not a bad deal at all. So we don't see anything loaded into sneakers yet. We only see the drop that'll be coming on the 22nd. And so if you tried and missed on this last release, you should be able to get this shoe. If you tried with multiple accounts and only one of your accounts hit, your other accounts might be able to get this shoe depending on how active they have been. Nike might be looking and saying, whoa, these might sit, like we got, you know. So if they were to hold on to the stock like they were originally gonna try to do, it looks like, then I think they don't take advantage of for sure being able to sell out on this shoe. So they're kind of playing the resale game a little bit too without even knowing it. But you see resale kind of took a dip, and my prediction is it's gonna creep down, especially when the 22nd gets here. But that said, this is still a clean shoe. This initial shock drop also proved to me that the one speculation I had about this shoe was that, hey, the Lost and Found had a lot of stock too, and people still went for it, and it still held value. But these are not the Lost and Founds. These are not a Chicago colorway. And so let me know what y'all think in the comments. But I think this shoe kind of proves that the Chicago colorway is superior as far as hype and demand, even the UNC colorway, which I thought would put up a better fight. So I ain't gonna lie, this is the first time in my long reselling career where I've seen Nike kind of take a real step to take some stock back out. And when I say stock, I don't mean physical pairs, I mean value in the sneaker reselling game, and kind of take some of that back. So everyone always said though, making enough pairs for everybody would probably do the trick. So with 400,000 pairs, it's fair to assume that this shoe is going to release on Foot Locker, Finish Line, just all the major retailers. This might be the easiest Jordan 1 to get as far as with this colorway, as far as with a UNC colorway of all time, like hands down. I'm gonna do a bold take right now. These are better than the UNC ones, the other UNC ones. No, not these, these are better. I'm talking about these. I personally like the UNC Toe better than I like those. Let me know what y'all think in the comments. These shock drop today, they ain't really just all that if you ask me. However, that UNC to Chicago colorway is generally the high UNC to Chicago's definitely hold their value. So if you missed it, Friday, check your Nike accounts. You should be getting your notification saying that you got access to the Jordan 1 UNC Toe. But these are gonna drop on August the 12th, but there's supposed to be an EA or a shock drop for these two. I'm an OG fan of the Cement 4, so I don't really like what they did to this shoe. However, I said the same thing about the Midnight Navy 4s, and now those are probably the my favorite shoe that I just like wear on a constant basis. So let's look at an early resale. Let's look at the early resale market. They only got one kind of surfacing at 400, so it's really too early to tell what the true value of these are. But once that shock drop information comes through, you know I'm gonna drop it for you. Rico Gang, man. If I gave you some value, drop me a comment, leave me a subscribe. It's your boy. I'm out. Let's get it.